Hello and namaste. My name is Arun and I'm the director of the Sivananda Yoga Center in Gurgaon. I'm very happy to welcome you to today's episode. Today's topic is back pain, and it is something that a lot of us are dealing with in the modern time and in the cities, the big cities of India and around the world. So sit back and let us have a look at how yoga can help with back pain. First of all, a little bit of understanding about the way we are looking at it currently. We seem to be attributing back pain only to a structural problem. And if we can look at a few things related to this, then we can go on to some of the secrets, some of the suggestions I have today for your back pain. So the first understanding seems to be that there is something wrong with the spine or something wrong with the muscles, and that is what is causing the pain. And it's also being suggested that poor posture or a sedentary life is the cause of pain. And maybe if we can unlearn that. I always ask this question, is the sun moving or the earth moving? And the answer to that question would be, it depends upon which era you're living in. If you're living in the year 1500, well, the sun was necessarily factually moving. It is a fact. And the earth was stationary and it was the center of the universe. And then new modern science suggested that the sun is not moving, it's stationary, and the earth is moving. Even though this might look very peculiar and this view might be very strange, but it has been proved conclusively that the earth is not stationary, even though we feel the earth to be stationary. All evidence points to the fact that the sun is moving, and it has been conclusively proved that in this new paradigm the sun is not moving. In the same way, a lot of evidence seems to suggest that something is wrong with our back, and the treatment seems to be geared towards that. For example, more exercise to strengthen the back. What if the back is not weak? What if the back is tired? Then wouldn't rest help more than exercise? That would be a new paradigm, a new way of looking at the back. Maybe rest is better than exercise. However far-fetched this view might be, let us have a look. And it's also important to realize that the back does get better over a period of time, and we might be misunderstanding that some treatment is working for it. The body has been in evolution for a long time. The body gets better on its own, and sometimes as time passes, it may not be the treatment, it's just that the back gets better by itself. And by accident, maybe we are giving it the kind of rest that the back needs, and that is a holistic rest, which is physical, but it's also mental, emotional, intellectual, and social rest. It could be a gift of evolution, and it's an evolutionary process, and we may not need a revolutionary approach to treating back pain. So this is the understanding. And also, currently there doesn't seem to be anything that can make us understand the connection between our emotions and our back, or our emotions and anything to do with our biology. There doesn't seem to be anything in our current approaches which has any connection or any method of measuring the role of thoughts and feelings and the kind of thoughts and feelings we have and the health we have, or the pain in the back that we have. And surprisingly, yoga and Ayurveda have always been doing this. So for thousands of years, there has been a science which also looks at the holistic being, that is, who are we, and then it approaches any kind of treatment, so to say, with this understanding that our thoughts and feelings are as important as just the physiology. So here are the, having this kind of context, that maybe we can approach our back a little differently. So here are some suggestions, 10 of them, to get your back in order, or get your back, and to get rid of back pain. Are you ready? So here we go. The first help or support that we can provide is that we have created a wonderful yoga for back pain video a little while ago. It's on YouTube and you can access it easily. You can just click on the link that we'll provide at the end of the talk, and you can use it frequently. You can use it maybe once a day, or you can even use it twice a day if you're going through episodes of back pain. The way to do it is that you don't need to have any background. You just can do it at your own leisure, at the convenient time. You practice whatever you feel comfortable in that video. It's for 40 minutes. Ideally, you should be doing it on the floor, but if you find that difficult, then do it on your bed, and do the practice with a relaxed attitude, and you will find that you can do some of the practices, a lot of it, or most of it, or all of it. Begin by doing the practices consistently for some period of time, and then as you get more and more adept, just go in deeper and deeper into this 40 minutes video, and that will help a lot. That's the first step. The second, we consistently, based on maybe 15, 18 years of experience of treating bad backs with yoga, have created a wonderful yoga for back pain course, and that's spread over 8 or 10 sessions, and it is guided by a teacher, and it is done under supervision. We have one starting in about 2.5, 3 weeks time, 2nd of March, and you're welcome to come and take the course with us. It's online, and the details are there on our website. That's the second step. The third step is to come and do a intermediate Hatha Yoga class at the Sivananda Yoga Center, Gurgaon. You can do that class online, and if you're in Gurgaon, you can come and practice offline as well, on site at the center. A yoga class, or the practice of yoga, Hatha Yoga, which is asana, pranayama, surya namaskar, relaxation, is a wonderful way of reducing stress. It's also a wonderful way of giving your entire physical, mental, and emotional being complete rest. Yoga is a way of going back to being normal. Yoga is a practice of being natural. And whatever imbalance is there, that starts to get corrected at a very deep level. And here we are not, as you can see, just treating the spine. It is also about giving you a complete approach, a holistic approach to overall health. So a yoga class, an hour of yoga 3 times or 4 times a week, is a wonderful medicine, yogic medicine, to take care of your back, not only to get rid of pain, but to also prevent it once and for all. So those are the first 3 steps, and those 3 are to do with yoga practice. One is the yoga back pain video. The second is to come and participate in a yoga for back pain course under supervision of a teacher and in a group. And third is to come to a yoga class. All the 3 are therapeutic in their own way, and you don't need to be anxious or worried about injuring yourself or having a backward step with your back pain. I can understand that when you're going through back pain, you're very apprehensive about participating in any form of activity which might injure your back. And I want to assure you that these 3 steps will be very gentle and very positive. Next, some general suggestions on working with your feelings, thoughts, emotions, things that are going on in our brain which are beginning to affect the health of your back. One of them is to spend more time in the sun. The sun is in which you can improve your overall health. The practice of being in the sun improves the health of the bones, health of the muscles, the health of the nervous system. Being in the sun increases the quality of our sleep. We are able to sleep better. When we sleep better, the body heals better. When we sleep better, we get very good rest. The body is able to take care of pain. Being in the sun also reduces pain. The endorphins get released, the happy hormones get released by being in the sun. Being in the sun consistently every day will improve the health of your back. It also helps to relax, of course, the muscles. Not only the superficial muscles, but also the deep inner muscles that feel tired and without rest. Any activity that I suggest would have to happen like a discipline, like medicine. You have to be in the sun, for example, every single day for a certain period of time for you to start seeing results. Maybe for 2 to 3 months, you must practice sunbathing. The next is to understand that our emotions are playing a big role. The kind of thoughts that are happening in your mind are having a great role in back pain. So it's a very good idea to pamper yourself. I always say this to my students: sharpen the saw or sharpen the axe before you chop the wood. Give yourself an oil massage every day or every other day or as often as you can. Engage in happy activities. Spend more time in nature. Do things which make you happy from inside, and that will immediately have a profound effect on the way you feel with your back. And again, all activities have to be consistent. You have to do this like medicine. You have to take the job of recovery very seriously. And at the core of my views is the idea that the back and the body will take care of itself provided you give it a chance to do so. The other very important aspect of healing the back is to reduce the interference, to reduce the kind of disturbance that we are giving it with our daily activities. So it's a good idea to reduce conflict. It's a good idea to reduce disturbing situations. It is good to reduce restlessness, things that create restlessness in your daily life. It is good to have things which are not confusing in your life. It's also very important to reduce uncertainty. So creating steady habits will bring about a change in pain. You should not feel rushed. So the things to do list should be a little shorter, is what I say. It's very important not to get into a situation of feeling hopeless. At the bottom of it, it's very important to say you should slow down. Let time and things pass by. Don't hold on to so many things that you start feeling more and more tired, more and more low on energy. As you practice yoga on one side, it's also very important to reduce the drainage of energy on the other side. And that's what we are trying to suggest here. It's also very nice to share a little bit from your life. Sharing helps. Share your burdens, share your loads, share the things that are creating trouble for you with others. Talk about your problems, delegate your work, reduce your responsibilities to the bare minimum that you can until you start to feel better. Many times when people talk to me, they say, look, I have a lot of things that are going on in my life, and you're asking me to run away. Well, the idea is not to run away, but to have some sensible approach to taking care of yourself until you start feeling better. So reduce your involvement until the time you feel much stronger and more energetic and your back feels back to being normal, and then you can go back to whatever level of involvement and activity that you were engaged in. I think it's also very important from this perspective and this viewpoint and this paradigm that you should have a occupation that nurtures you, an occupation that gives you a lot of satisfaction, an occupation which is fulfilling and creative. It expresses your personality. Many times when people come to me with back pain, I ask them, what kind of job do you do? Are you happy in your job? Something that you spend 10, 12, 14 hours in a day thinking about and you're engaged in should be something that is giving you a lot of energy and good health. Contributing to others' lives, contributing to the world in general, contributing because of your presence in the world is something which really brings out the best kind of health in your life. And those returns are very difficult to quantify, but definitely they have a very important effect on the health of your spine and the health of your back. You will always feel that the back is strong if your occupation is of a nurturing nature. I cannot get away without talking about a sattvic yogic diet, and I cannot underplay its importance in the health of your back. It's very important to have a peaceful diet, a diet which is fresh, whole grains, vegetables, fruits, cereals, legumes, low on animal protein and low on fat. The less tamasic the diet, the less rajasic the diet, the more sattvic the diet, the better the health of the body and better the health of the spine. So you must pay some attention to your diet on a daily basis. Anything that makes you heavy will put the burden back on your spine. And lastly, here is another viewpoint, another perspective, that animals and underprivileged people don't seem to be having this problem, this chronic problem of back pain. Animals and underprivileged people. Of course, there will be some, I'm sure, but it is not like an epidemic, and it's not chronic, it's not long term. I meet people who have had back pain for 6 months, 1 year, 5 years. People have been having back pain for 10 years, and I'm working with somebody who's had back pain for 19 years. Now that's a really long time to continue to have some pain. And I suggest to everyone, just look at the animals. What are they doing that they don't get this kind of pain? Oh, well, they don't go to work and they don't have the responsibilities that we have. Well, you have to learn from them as to how to take care of ourselves. That's what I would suggest. And this is true for even underprivileged people. They don't seem to be having the kind of chronic issues with the back that we have. And if we can make them our teachers, we can learn from them somehow or the other, then you can bring some self-mastery to taking care of your back. So I hope this presentation, this idea, this 10 different aspects that I've suggested, which will come up in the descriptions once the session is over, will help you to get your back in order. Back pain has been a very serious issue in the last 30 years, and there is now even a suggestion from modern medical science that the current mode of treatment could be different, and we should look at the role of the mind as much as we are looking at the role of physiology in the treatment of back pain. With yoga, what happens is that you start to slow down, you start to relax, you start to have a better understanding of things that are causing disturbance, and you start to take some very deep rest. especially when you are in the middle of your life between the age of 25 and 55, when you're engaged at a tremendous speed and engaged in different kinds of activities. We can forget that the body is a finite resource and the mind is an infinite resource. And when there is a mismatch between the two, then this causes pain. And if we can get to physical, mental, and emotional balance, then we'll see that there is a remission of pain. In the future episodes, we'll try and bring you some of the stories of the people who've completely healed from their back pain using the methods that I've suggested in this presentation. Thank you. I'll take some questions and I'll hope to respond to them as best as I can. So you can go ahead and ask some questions which are relevant to you about your back pain, and I'll be happy to give you my perspective. Good. If there are no questions, then we'll end for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you will put the suggestions to practice and find some good value and the end of back pain. Thank you. Namaste.